If you came to Manteo and you got to meet Cora Mae, you're lucky, because the woman was up to date on everything, great fun, and ready to entertain. She was a wonderful person and a light years ahead of herself. She was a Renaissance woman if there ever was one.
Cora Mae loved Manteo. We never took vacations because we had everything here. For much of Mom's life, she was a single mom. Her first husband had died and left her with 4 children, and her second marriage didn't last. So she had us to raise all alone.
I think Mom's love of the arts was just a gift from God, because she didn't really have heavy training in that. That was not something that was trained here. One of Mother's favorite things in life was that she was in the Lost Colony. The Lost Colony is a story about the first colonists from England that came here in 1584.
Cora Mae played Agona for 27 years, playing the same role longer than any other actress in American theater.
Agona was a Native American that was here when the colonists came, and she became, and they feel she was a single lady, maybe widowed, or because she was a little older. And she fell in love with old Tom, the drunk, the town drunk that came with him. And that love just, it showed that thing of how blind love is. She just thought he was everything wonderful. And Mom just paid it to the hilt. When she looked and smiled and tilted her head and looked at him with those good blue eyes, you felt, this woman loves this man.
Mom put everything she had in playing the role of Agona. I had seen many Agonas play when I was in it, and Mother was by far the best.
If there ever was someone who worked against type, that was Mother. Mother had 2 husbands, and she was never a fonding person. She was never someone that just fell out over somebody. But she knew how to play it, and she could do it to the hilt, and she changed. It wasn't just a natural thing. She changed to be Agona, and it was wonderful. She changed her walk. She changed everything about herself. It was really a terrific performance. Her one line was tee-hee. She brought the house down with it every single night.
Mom was the happiest person I ever knew. It didn't take much to make her happy. A good story, going to see a good friend.
Mama was a woman's advocate. She really felt that women should be independent. Now, she never left the island much, but she really encouraged it for everyone else. And she maintained well into her 60s friends that were in their 20s, because she was so forward-thinking. She was always up on public events, up on what we needed to do. And when people would say, oh, I don't want them to change that, I don't want them to change this, oh, no, we got to keep it the way it was, Mama was like, no, we've got to move forward. The town started to rename everything after the Lost Colony characters and places like Devon Street, and they wanted to name, and did name, her street right out here, Agona, after the character she played in the Lost Colony. She loved it. And then some years later, when we were revitalizing downtown Manteo, and a bridge had to be built, Mark, her son, who by then was Senate Pro Tem of the state of North Carolina, was helping with the funding for this project. And he said, Mama, we're going to name the bridge after you. And Mom went, oh, no, no, don't name the bridge after me. I'm not important enough. I haven't done enough to have the bridge named after me. She got the bridge named after her, and it was her pride and joy.
When Mom passed away, at her funeral, there was standing room only.
Mama's funeral was remarkable in lots of ways. One of them is an 88-year-old woman that packs a church for a funeral. That doesn't happen much this day. And Mama had some really personal friends that we wanted to put on the right-hand side. Andy Griffith was one. Governor Jim Hunt was another. It was really a wonderful homage to an old woman. And we had it simple like her, like she liked, and her paw was not flowers. She hated cutting flowers. So we had a local florist do what the forest would look like, just at the bottom with the leaves, a couple of flowers, and 7 birds for her babies. And Mark said, let's give her one last run over her bridge. And we went over the bridge and turned around and came back, and we felt like this was the best end. She got one last trip over her bridge.